Here are some of the projects. Also projects here. And there's one over there. Or multiple, I don't know. Cheetah. Hello, Happy New Year. Welcome to this video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mags. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Today, as the title suggests, I'm going to admit my past sins of works in progress. And the thing about it is I filmed a TikTok. Let me tell you when it was. Oops, I just clicked on an ad. Awesome. I uploaded a TikTok on September 3rd. And the purpose of that TikTok was to go through all of my WIPs and talk about them and try to like go through them and make some hard decisions and like finish things and whatever. And then I just didn't get very far with a lot of these things. Some of them I did, so I'm just really not sure if there's any I finished from that video. I think maybe editing Mags will tell us that, because I don't feel like watching the whole TikTok right now, because editing Mags here, and surprise, surprise, I did actually make some progress on some of the projects from that TikTok. I did frog some and leave them behind, and some I didn't pick up at all. So I will try to include little updates, but I just want you to know that I did do something, okay? Wanted to do this video because, as is with, you know, the year end, people usually make like all the things I made in 2024 videos. And last year Jade did make a video that said like everything I didn't finish in 2023. And you know, I think that kind of content is helpful too. And I do remember there being comments on the video like, oh, thank you for showing us, you know, all the stuff you didn't accomplish as someone who looks like they're creating a lot of things. And I do have a TikTok. I still have to finish up editing and uploading, but like where I picked my favorite project each month and have a clip of that in the video. I did make a lot of stuff in 2024, but there clearly is also a lot of stuff that I just keep carrying year to year. And like some of these projects are just things that would be too difficult to take with me on the go or on a trip, which is why I don't end up continuing to work on them. I also once again broke my promise to myself of trying to be in less pattern tests, and I ended up being in a lot of pattern tests in 2024. And so I'm really going to be trying to stick to that this year, in which I don't do any garment pattern tests, with the exception of if like Adena or Jade or Kelsey or one of my, you know, close friends that designs patterns really needs me to like test it for them, or not even like be in a tester group, but like, you know, kind of soft test it, like even like kind of tech edit it a little bit. I will do that if I have the time and if I already have the yarn. But what I do not want to do this year is enter into pattern tests just for the sake of, oh, that pattern looks really cool, because it really inhibits me from creating when I have a deadline. It makes it impossible for me to work on anything else productively. And it's impossible for me to then be creative, because the fear of not meeting that deadline paralyzes me from working on it. And then also from making my own stuff, or even just making things that I don't have to think about a lot, right? Like I just like go and play Fortnite instead. Okay, I'm also going to frog things that I don't want to work on anymore. And I only think there's a couple things here that I'm going to do that with. Everything else I am going to try to finish. And I'm gonna challenge myself to try to finish these things in January, because I have kind of this month free. I don't have any travel coming up in January, and I really don't have any weekend plans or anyone visiting or anything like that, where I can really devote my weekend time, you know, the free time that I usually have, I can devote that to whatever I want. And what I want to do is get rid of some of these whips because with them sitting around me, they do take up a good amount of space. Like these things would all fill like multiple baskets of like the yarn storage baskets I use, or multiple shelves or something like that. First up is something I am gonna frog, and I feel kind of bad about it because it is Jade's pattern, and I did buy this yarn specifically for that, but this was a Adena cardigan. Jada did a workshop at Cleo's yarn shop in New York, and I like was in town, wanted to hang out with Jada, so I went to the workshop and I bought yarn at Cleo's. I have no idea what this yarn is. It appears I don't have the labels for either, but it's basically just this really nice lavender cotton, as well as this really pretty dusty bluish lavendery mohair that I held single strand with the single strand of cotton. And it created this really, really cool texture. You can kind of see it here, like this kind of like hazy glow to the yarn, which I really enjoy. I was going to make it into a tank, and you know, I got a decent amount done on the back panel. I really don't think I worked on this anymore though after leaving New York. Like, I know specifically I had other projects around that time, couldn't even tell you when that was. I am gonna frog this because I do think I could utilize the yarn for something else. I was using a 5mm hook for this. I'm not gonna work on it right now, and I don't see myself reaching for working on this, especially during the cold months, because this is kind of like a summery piece. So I do want to make another Adena. I have a short sleeve Adena in Lily Sugar and Cream in the like lime yellow, whatever that color is called, the like green. I do think like the little vest version is like really cute, but I'm just gonna frog it for now. And I think that's okay. I think Jada would understand. Also, I'm really sorry if you can hear my upstairs neighbors. They are so loud all day, every day, to the point where I wear earplugs, which I just put in now to protect my peace, which makes me talking sound a little bit weird, but hopefully from a volume perspective, I still sound fine. And also, hopefully you can't hear them that much. I apologize. It's like very painful living here. Okay, my Bolero, which actually, I don't know the last time I held this up on camera, and I want to go back and see the last time, like in September, when I also held this up, because I know in November is when I split for the sleeves and finished off the ribbing on the bottom. It is like so folded over, but it looks a little wonky because it's still on the needles. But this is the Bolero that Adena and I worked on. We've been working on it together for over a year now. Started this in 2023. My goal is to finish this month because I really want to wear it, and it's really cute, and it's getting to the point where it used to be that it was my little knitting project that I could just fold up and throw in my bag. But now it's getting to the point where it's a larger piece because I've been working on the sleeve, which the sleeve is turning, one of the sleeves here is turning out so great. And yeah, this has been a really good project because it has helped me get way more comfortable with knitting and like with my tension. And it's not perfect by any means, like this whole thing. I hate the ribbing at the bottom. I think I did a terrible job, but I think it will be okay once I block it. But yeah, so gonna crochet, or not crochet, I'm gonna knit a little bit more on the sleeve and then try it on again to see where I am. Last time I tried it on, I think I was like before this pink stripe here, and it was like about at my elbow. And so I definitely don't want the sleeves to be too long because I want it to be wearable after I block it. So that is the top goal for me, is to finish up this so that I can just say goodbye to this piece and wear it and be happy. I have plenty of the yarn, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the yarn. I kind of have this idea of it being like a matching set with a little like skirt that I could wear over jeans. I've been like seeing these like skirts over jeans thing, and I've been seeing a lot of like smaller, like slimmer people wearing it, and I just feel like, I don't know, like I feel like it might be cute even on a bigger body, but we'll see. I don't know. That would also require me to like figure out how to do that. I think I would just like, again, knit in the round, probably do a little bit of a waistline and then sew in, or maybe even knit with this yarn, knit an elastic thread, because I've been seeing people do that, or crochet it in the inside, the elastic thread, after I finish, because I would definitely want it to be tighter in the waist, or add a drawstring. I don't know, but we shall see. This is another longer term WIP that I recently have been actually making a good amount of progress on. Just like yesterday, finally made progress on this. This is the Jade top by Sunflower and Crochet, and it is a split raglan vest that you well, I don't know if it's really technically a vest. Basically there's gonna be, and you can't really see because it's patterned, but here there's gonna be like little ties, so you do like ties down, and then towards the waistline there's like little ruffle detail. And I did try this on as I was joining for the sleeve part, and I don't love the length. I do want to block it because this is wool. This is like a random like knit crate like yarn. I'll like, I don't know if I'll put it on the screen or put it in the below. I don't know why I'm lying, but I don't even know if I have the label, but it's something that's probably not available anymore. It's wool, so I'm gonna see when I block it if it loosens the shoulder area a little bit, and if I like the way it hits. I didn't like where it hit on my arm, so I might, once I finish the whole top, also do a little ruffle detail here at the sleeves. But otherwise, really liking it. I know that like yarn like this, which I am being bad and haven't actually wound this into a ball, but this is what it looks like in the hank. Yarn like this, I know a lot of people like to knit, but I really like the way that the pooling kind of like works here in crochet. I'm surprised by it. It almost looks like kind of camo type situation. It's interesting, you know, it's got like an interesting look. Okay, I'm just gonna reach for whatever's over here next. Oh, yeah, this, I don't know if I really had a lot of progress since I made my TikTok video on this one, but this was the star top from our lovely Jada. I really like these colors. I think they are really fun. They're really Halloween-y, really fall vibe. I do think I was getting to the point where this probably was like starting to be like okay. I don't know really how I would wear this, but I need to do the sides and then see how I feel about it. I think at one point I had a thought that I would just kind of like modify a little bit to like give it kind of like more coverage up here. But I think I could wear it with like my long sleeve mesh black shirt, and it would like, I would feel like, I don't know, covered up and like supported enough. But all the yarn for this project, you know what's not in here though, is the hook. That's kind of curious. Well, that's annoying because I don't know what hook I was using. Okay, that's in there. So that's the star top. Oh God, this is another sin. This, I'm probably just gonna frog because this was a top for my friend. Yeah, this does not look good, Your Honor. This was a mesh top for my friend Seth. He wanted this to wear like to Pride and stuff, like in New York. He picked out this yarn. I'm just gonna frog this while I'm talking about it because I feel like this was probably too big measurement wise. Like at one point he gave me a tank top and I was like holding it up against it, but this is like not my forte. I don't know what it is. And it's same thing with doing the Adena cardigan. there's something about like mesh stitch tops that I get like a little confused about, like where I am in the process of crocheting, and it just never ends well for me. Like I have a few mesh items I've made. Like I made mesh sleeves for my friend, but she like it was like a commission. When I finished it up, she was like right here sitting next to me, and like that was the only way it ended up working out. And Seth does not live here, sadly, near me. So like, short of me working on it a time when I go to New York and I literally have no other projects, and I just like the entire weekend am like holding it up against him and trying it against him, I might just see if instead he wants something else. There's randomly a Baby Yoda amigurumi in here that I think I was just supposed to like finish up. I need to ask my mom about this because I don't really remember what the deal was with that, nor do I really know where the book is to tell me what was missing from that, because this was like a yarn book situation, but I used my own yarn. Okay. Here's something I know I definitely talked about in the TikTok, and I've done nothing from it as well. But this is a really, really old whip. My sister had bought me this yarn pack, and I made this like wall hanging home decor thing with it. And it's actually cool because like the yarn was like in a gradient, and I did that. The only thing left to do is cut all of these into the strands and attach the fringe, and then block it and hang it up on my wall. So maybe I will put this right here with my sweaters and my shirts. This is an interesting thing to show you. So these are the ugly, air quotes, ugly granny squares that were part of my one TikTok I had uploaded, and I was like, I'm gonna make something from these. And I found, again, no clue, don't remember, maybe a tutorial on YouTube of how to make a granny square balaclava. And I actually kind of like this like inside out seam sort of situation. Let me take my clip down. It was way too small. Like, first of all, definitely at least need another granny square to go across here. But even then, like, I probably would have to do like a thick border and then still also have ribbing down here. And at this point, I just don't know if it's worth it. Like, I kind of want to finish it. Like, I could either do like white, because I did the seaming for the white. Like, I could do a white crochet back loop only. I could also even probably knit. And I distinctly remember working on this because it's when I watched the Cat's Eye documentary thing on Netflix. I sat down, watched the whole thing, and this is what I worked on. So I don't know, this isn't super top priority for me because I don't love it. So I'm gonna put it right here because it's not top priority. Also, randomly at the end of the year, first of all, look at this bag. It's so freaking cute. I got it from Kinokuniya in near Bryant Park in New York, and I have my little candy series, whatever. I decided I wanted to make a like keychain bag charm of the cookie Beanie Baby that like went viral. Didn't finish that. Honestly, the meme has probably passed. We probably just need to frog that and put that yarn back in the stash. Y'all know what this is. I actually got excited the other night because I thought I was like close to being done with the panels. This is a Luna cardigan that I've decided to make out of a lot of Woolies Quick and Thick that I have just a ton of. And for a second when I was looking at the pattern, I was like, oh my God, I'm almost done. I just need to make the short panel. And so I made these three. I like watched a couple episodes of Gossip Girl and I made these three. And then I was like, wait a minute, I need 2 more long panels. So I need 12 more squares. And then I can seam together and move on to the sleeves. But I was really proud of myself for sitting down and doing these 3, and it didn't take me that long, which was nice and motivating. Also, the hook for this project was also not in the bag, but luckily I posted a picture of it on Instagram with the hook in the picture. So this is also something I kind of want to prioritize. The prioritized pile is getting bigger. Let me move the star top out of the prioritized pile because that's kind of more Halloween-y colors, but a summery top. Let me prioritize the things that I would actually wear in this season. Oh, goodness. Everything I open, it's like, I don't like my like choices of color, so it's like making me not want to work on it. Like this was a scrap Hexagon cardigan, and the thing that's holding me back on this one is that I did not write down like what I did. Like the cuff is perfect and the decrease on the sleeves is perfect, but I didn't write it down. So I have no idea what I did, and I just know that that's gonna like piss me off when I get to it. And I know it doesn't have to be perfectly the same, I know, but no one's gonna be able to tell, I know. But also like, I don't know, I just don't love her. I don't love her. My colorblindness really prevents me from making good choices when it comes to colors. So unfortunately, this is not a priority because I don't like it. What's over here? Oh my God, there's multiple things in here. First of all, there's yarn for the Bolero. Next thing is my Arcane Fiberworks project from the trip. And I just have had, unfortunately, I think I am going to start over. I have had some like issues with this project, which forced me to put it down. Again, this is a project that I probably could take on the go, but I don't. At one point, wasn't paying attention and purled an entire row that I was supposed to be knitting. And the problem is now I'm used to knitting on the Bolero, which is knit only in the round, and this is a panel. So I don't know. I also, there's just some like bad stuff early on with this that I hate. So I think I am just going to start over. I need to go back and look at my measurements and look at my stitch count and look at how much I'm supposed to be doing. I also know I messed up the decreases at one point. So despite being almost done with the back panel, I think I'm gonna start over because I would rather this project be good than have a lot of mistakes and then feel like not proud of my work. But I know I could just start the granny squares. I just haven't. Like, that's just silly. That's just lazy. So I need to, I don't know, kind of prioritize that. The other thing in here that is insane to me that I completely, again, forgot about is my little hat I was making for the 17 concert that you see in the vlog. I made 2 granny squares. Oh no, wait, there's another one in here. I made 3 granny squares, all of which also need the green border. But I made 3 granny squares. I do want to finish this. I would wear this hat. It's just like a cute hat. I want to work on this. Is it a priority? No, because I'm not gonna wear this in the winter. And again, this is a project that I could grab and go, but until I work through some of these other WIPs that are on the priority list, I'm not gonna grab and go. So I'm gonna put it over here, which is in the, I'm gonna just put Cookie in the I'm frogging pile. How about frogged things are going on the table? I'm contemplating frogging this whole granny square Hexagon cardigan. Oh my God, Hexagon cardigan. Why can't I say that? Guys, I have a little bit of a speaking problem sometimes, and that's okay. Here's another thing that is a priority, and this is truly a priority. I'd say this is like, this might top all the other priorities because I want to wear this in the winter with my coat. I do. This is a balaclava, another balaclava that I started that Jada was writing a pattern for. And I think at this point, I am in fact just going to freehand it myself and figure it out because I really want to finish it. And the yarn is really cute and the yarn was expensive. And it's been like a year since I got this yarn. I think it's been almost a whole year, because I think it was around this time. So I think it was like end of January 2024. So I'm gonna put this over here. Maybe I'll work on that this weekend. And then I think I just have one more thing, and I'm so torn about this because it's once again a situation of I don't really like it, but I also have put a lot of work into it. This was supposed to be like a little, one of those like, kind of granny square vest situations, but it's got like little chili face on it, and he is a little bit scrunkly, I won't lie. I used the yarn I had on hand. I didn't like go out and buy anything. And I had like cotton that was the right color, and I had a medium brown. And I don't want to rip out his little face because I spent a lot of time on that and trying to make it look perfect, or as close to perfect as possible while still looking cutesy and angry. That's like Cheetah Lee's signature. But I do think that I'm making the panel too big because I made another one of these shirts before. I'm gonna start frogging because I really do think that I did too many rows here. I think I need to like stop on the rows and do like the back panel so I can join them together and see what needs to be done on the sides. Because I have a really bad perception sometimes of how big panels should be for me as someone who doesn't understand what their own body looks like. Just go ahead and start the granny square for the back. The other thing is, this is my only ball of the green yarn, like the hot green yarn. That might be better. But again, this is something that can be very quickly finished, and then I will be trying to block his little face so that it is more flat. That's the other thing I need to remember is I'm gonna block this piece and it will grow. That is all of that. And then more to come of projects that I have already started. This technically I started in the new year. Adena and I are making outfits for the NCT 127 concert in Atlanta. I'm dressing as all blue Mark here, very slay. And Aiden is wearing Hechan's kind of like tie-dye sweater. So yeah. Oh, and there's actually this page has both of them on it. That's probably why I kind of had it bookmarked. So we are making these. I have decided to make my Mark sweater using my Centro. So we'll see how that goes. I did make 2 panels with this big twist cyan, and we also got zippers for me to use. So my plan is to make 2 more panels for the back, or maybe this will be the back. And then I would do the zipper and probably like seam all that together and then do sleeves. I plan on making a video about it. I actually kind of want to make a video where I'm talking about both the Hello Future vest with my Arcane Fiberworks knitting, as well as this project, and be like knitting and crocheting iconic K-pop outfits. Great title. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this makes you feel better about your WIPs, if you have any. If you don't, you're awesome and very cool. And if you do, you're also awesome and very cool. So I think there's a lot of pressure around the holidays to like be perfect and be a certain way, and then it's like all the stress of the holidays. You have to decorate your house aesthetically and beautifully for the holiday season. Like, oh, you better get your Christmas tree up if you have a Christmas tree, and you better get that up like shortly after Thanksgiving. And then, oh, like you better get the perfect gifts for your family and wrap them beautifully, and everything needs to arrive on time, and you need to get everyone that you really care for in your life a holiday gift because, oh yeah, and then, oh yeah, you should have a holiday card that you send out to your friends and family. And it's like, not everybody's life is that way. I don't have kids or a partner or anyone, like I don't have a pet, like I don't have anyone other than like my parents to like do a holiday card with, but I don't live with them. I receive all these cards and I'm like, oh, like it does kind of like sometimes make me feel like, oh man, I wish I could just send one, right? Like I could send one with a picture of me holding Cheetah Lee, like to just my friends and anyone that sends me one. But also like, I shouldn't feel the pressure to do that, to like pay for that, you know. What I've done the past couple of years is I just write a nice card to anyone that sends me a holiday card, just as like kind of a reply. And if I don't get to it until January, that's fine. But it's just like, it doesn't have to be this like whole production all the time. And then we get into the new year and it's like, oh, everyone better be having New Year's resolutions. And what are you like thankful for and going to be trying for in the new year? And it's like, again, not everybody has the ability to reflect positively on their year or to be able to set like huge goals for themselves for the new year. So I don't know. I think we just need to be kind to ourselves. And if you like doing those things, if those things energize you, if you like reflecting back on your year, like that's great. But I think it's also okay to be like, wow, I didn't complete a lot of stuff this year, or I had a challenging year. I don't know. This wasn't meant to be a philosophical video, but I hope you can like find a little piece with like seeing a very like non-aesthetic, casual discussion of like just my projects that like I've had forever and have this desire to finish, but just somehow cannot finish them. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say in this video. Like this stuff sitting here that I've labeled as like high priority items, I bet you at the end of this month, I'm gonna look and this pile is still gonna have some things in it, no matter how hard I try. I hope you all are having a great start to your new year though. And even if it hasn't been going great so far, I just hope that this video helped you escape a little bit. And yeah, stay tuned. More stuff from me, more videos from me. I don't know when this is gonna go up in the mix of my videos that I'm planning, but just know that I have lots of plans for content for you guys, and I do have lots of travel and things coming up in the year, so I will be making more like concert travel vlogs. I'm gonna be trying to make more like at home kind of like studio working vlogs, as well as probably some other content. I don't know. I want to grow this channel more, and I want to, you know, push forward on the path of growth with it. So that is like my #1 goal for the year, is to just continue to work on my YouTube. So I appreciate everyone that subscribed so far and tuned in along the way for the content. And yeah, stay well, hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, go follow me on Instagram. We're almost at 5K on Instagram. I might do something over there for that, because that has been a long time goal for me. So yeah, thank you. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next time.